Hello, hi, it's Liz here. It's Saturday and I don't normally film on a Saturday, but I had a wee spare hour while Mr. Buttons for Brains is doing some painting of doors. He's taken a notion, so I'm not going to stop him. And we're going to go out for a wee coffee this afternoon for a wee while, so I just thought I'd squeeze in a wee video. I still had this in my desk, and normally I don't do 2 days in a row of the same project, but couldn't resist because I was just so happy with how this little altered book cover came about, and I'm super pleased with it. So this is the book that I'm going to be using. It's TandiArt Cut and Collage, vintage ephemera book with whimsical cutouts. Super enjoying it, like I said. Lots of bits in it, and I've got a page prepped and ready to go. Well, a double page actually. So the first page in the book, I've started because I wasn't quite sure how this would turn out, and I thought, well, I'll get it started, and if it looks okay, I don't need to cover it or paint it or anything, and I'm happy with how it is. So we'll do the rest of it together. It's just some book page and some sewing pattern, and we'll just patch it on. And I found this in my little bit of reorganisation with my new storage. I found this Claudine Helmuth Studio Multimedia Matte Artist Quality Gel Medium for gluing, image transfer, sealing, extending paint and creating glazes. So I thought, well, I'll open it up expecting it to be hard or just not quite right, but here we are. It's fine. I can't even remember buying it, ordering it, dear knows when that was. Obviously I used it at some point. It's been used, apart from the fact that I used it here. So yeah, it'll save my my glue stick, and it seems to have done the job. This has been drying overnight, and yeah, pretty happy with finding some bits. Right, so we'll just continue on covering with this old book page. So yesterday afternoon I went for a haircut to the hairdresser. I got a little bit of a do. I just always get it cut the same way. It's in a kind of short at the back, slightly longer at the sides bob. It seems to be what suits it now that it's really quite grey. I coloured it for a while, a couple of years ago, but yeah, it was getting so expensive, and now let's see, we'll need to cut this. We'll just do it right to the edge there, and then we will trim it down. So yeah, so we were at, my hairdresser is in the city centre, and I knew that a new second-hand bookshop had opened fairly nearby, so I wanted to see what that was like. And so after my haircut, I had a wander round, and yeah, it was really good. It's for, let me think, it's called, whoops, oh, I'm giving you a wobble there, putting that over there. Let's put it over there. It's called Chapter 1, but it actually is a charity shop. It's for, let me think, heart stroke and something else. I can't think. Heart, stroke and whatever goes with that. So yeah, I had a nice browse and actually picked up a couple of books, and I got an Edith Holden. They had one, and I've already got one. I think, no, I've got a little one of the small sized ones, and I've got one of the bigger ones. So this is one of the bigger ones, and yeah, so happy with that. Now I quite like, and I thought maybe it would do it a wee bit more, but I haven't quite went over the edge, but I thought it might be quite nice, but you can't really see it, for me to maybe have some little bits over the edge, but now I'm not so sure. So I think we'll just stick with them, or maybe just that bit there. Let's see if we've got, I want quite a lot of the writing bits. That's quite a good bit of writing here. So if we put and maybe we'll just leave that as book page, maybe. Don't know. Yeah, I think we'll leave that as book page and just put these two bits down. So yes, I got an Edith Holden and I got a bird book, which is lovely. And yeah, so it's good to have that shop there, because the other shops I go to are not quite as handy in the town. So yeah, I'll just reach over once this is glued down. I think if I put that on top of that, it will glue it. Yeah, I've seen people do that, where they put this kind of thing on the top. It helps glue. Okay, and we'll put that there. I don't know if I'm liking that little straight line there. Let's see if we can just a wee bit more. That's better. Yeah, let's get this glued down and then I'll reach over there and get those two books to show you. And the lady in the bookshop was like, oh, these are lovely books. Oh, you'll enjoy reading these and having these on your bookshelf. And I thought, oh, I didn't have the heart to tell her that I might actually be taking them apart. So I was like, yeah, they will. Yeah, oh, they're really nice. Thanks very much. So, you know. Right, we'll keep that handy because we'll be using that. Let me just reach over. I've got a bundle of stuff on top of them. Right. So yeah, so it's quite a big Edith Holden. It's a hardback one. That's in good condition. So yeah, So I'm glad I found it because I've actually used quite a lot of pages of the one. Is it the same as the one I've got? I think it is. I'm not quite sure because there's different years. I don't know. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is a 1977 one. I think this is newer than the one I've got. And then this one, which is gorgeous. Wait, I don't want to get glue on it. A Norfolk Diary. Nice. And this one has got just nice, like, paintings of birds, like illustrations. Look at this. This is lovely. The images aren't big enough for, you know, you to maybe, well, maybe that one you could cut out, but I was thinking it would be more like using the actual page in a journal, or, you know, cutting them out just squarely. But I just thought it was just really nice. Yeah, it wasn't cheap, £6, you know. So anyway, they'll live as books for a while. and then we'll see what project might come along. Right, okay, so we're done with the paper. I'm just double checking that you're still with me, yeah? And so this is what I've decided to use. I've got this little lady and this one. And I thought I would quite like them, one looking in and one looking in, and they're looking at each other, is what I thought here. So I've got my little bits cut out, all from the collage book. And just kind of layering them up and behind. Just, yeah, something like that, I thought. It's quite nice. And then the backgrounds for this one, I've got this. So I thought that this matched that. It's the same sort of style. It just brings it over a bit. And then there's this. Now let me see. I need to bring that. I want that up there, I think. And then that just there like that, maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that, I think. And I've got my title. I also have this stamp set, 49 in Market, Gabby's line stitch stamp set, and I thought it's like faux stitching that it stamps out as, and I thought maybe, just given that it's the pattern paper, that we might stamp some stitching around the edges. I'm not sure. I'm going to stick these down first, and then we'll just see if it needs anything else. Right, so just lift that off. Right, I'm going to get this down first. So I guess the good thing about this gel is it's easier to paste bits, paste the background and then stick it on, because it's matte, so it shouldn't dry shiny. I'm hoping, after doing that and going all over the place. And then this here. So maybe once this is done, I might buy more of this. I wonder if you can still get it. Who knows? Till I look here, that's isn't straight. Right, now is this not going to give me any wiggle room? Yes, it is a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I'm just going to do it on her because I'm not quite sure where she's going to end up, because I sort of want her to be standing on something. I can always add a little bit of washi to give her a platform, but I think she could probably stand on this little bit of sewing pattern. There. Needs a little bit there for her. Here. That's us. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we've got this. Where will we put this? I originally had it over there. Maybe we'll put the smaller one and give her the bigger one, because I don't want to cover up too much of that pattern there, that kind of grunginess. So we'll just sit it there. And it's not covering up too much of it. Okay. Well, we did a little bit of a switch out there, so let's see how we're doing here. I think we'll do let's see how that does. Yeah. So we'll get this down. So once I've filmed this, we're going to go, and once hubby's finished painting, which is so not his thing, and so when he's got half a notion, you've got to just let him go for it. He's like, oh, I think he did a wee bit yesterday, so I think I'll finish off the door surround. He did the door, the bathroom, the ensuite door yesterday, and so I think I'll just finish it, and that just gets that bit done. I'm like, well, okay, it's Saturday, but go for it. No, I'm not going to stop you. Right, and she can be standing just on the edge of that. And where do we want this little flower? Over a bit, down a bit. Maybe up here. Or maybe up there, actually. I've got my crafty cardigan on over my good jumper because I don't want my good jumper to get all glue and ink and all sorts of nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, she can stand about there. And then we have to decide whether we're going to stamp the edges. I wonder if the stamps will take to that background. I'm not sure about her. I wish I had this bit over a bit. I'm not sure it will come off now. No. Well, we'll just have to live with it. Will she go over a bit? If we put the flower over a bit, because it's the last thing that was stuck down. Yeah, that's going to be the thing with this glue, isn't it? You're going to have to be sure. Right, well, that'll do. A little bit over like that. She's fine. There. Get that back down. Okay. I think I've unglued that top bit. There we are. Right, so I have the title stamped on the sewing pattern Paper Sisters. I thought that was nice. I've used my usual typewriter alphabet stamps. I think I am going to just, do I want to, I wonder if it will just, nope, it's not going to do that. Okay, let's see. Where is the middle? Here's the middle there. So we maybe want it's all still a wee bit sticky. Somewhere there, I think. I'm hoping that the ink doesn't run. Oh, when this glue gets underneath, where did I put it? There, it's there. I'll just give it a wee dab. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, I wish it wasn't a line. Maybe we could get a tiny little bit of washi, or we could stamp just a tiny little bit of stitching. If I'm brave. What do we think? Or do we feel brave enough to stamp? This bit's completely dry around this edge, but this bit's wet. I think if I try the stitching just in little bits, let's go for just this narrow plain, crisp, you know, windy, whatever it's called. I've had to use my big long stamp thingy because I don't have one, a long one. Right, so a little roll of washi will hold that up for me, and we'll maybe just do that corner, see how it turns out. And if all else fails, we will paint round the edges. To cover it up, I need to stand up for this little procedure here. Right. Okay. About here. Not too bad. It's not perfect, but that's okay. I think maybe I'm going to go just down the side here. Just adds just a little bit of something to the edges. Right, now let's see if we can. I should have put my stamp across the middle. Right, I'm going to have to do this way. Right, lift the book up. Hold it against my tummy. And down. Oh, it slid there. That's going to be smudged. Well, it's not too bad at all. Yeah. Oops, sorry. I bumped you. That's okay, actually. Right, now. I wonder if that's dry enough. We'll get a small block out. So we'll get a small block out and let's try. I wonder if we can try because this looks like it's knotted. Like it's messy stitching. And we can just put that bit there on. And I'm taking a chance here because this is just still a little bit wet. And I'm too impatient to put the camera off, let it dry and then come back. So we will just see. Right, now I don't want it over there. I just want a little bit there. Yeah. And then maybe down like that. I should have maybe went right along. Okay, let's figure this out. Join that bit up. I could join that bit up. I'm going to hit the and what I will do is I will get one of my fine liners and just join that up. There. Okay, and let me just hide my good sleeve. Another bit just down the side. And I think to balance this bit up, I need just a bit up here. I'm not sure, that just looks a bit long now. Right, we're going to have to go for it because that just looks odd, just 2 bits. So this is where you keep going and hope that it just gets better. I didn't do that very well. It's wet, that's what it is. Maybe once it's dry I'll redo that. But I think that that is probably enough. And I'm just not sure now about that stamping. Now, we could always just start again. That's not going to cover it. We could stamp the title on book page. We could stamp the title on book page because I'm really not liking what I've done here. I'm just thinking I would need to leave it quite big to cover that hole. And now I'm thinking, will I cut another something out the book to cover this bit and then redo Okay, I am going to go and have a think about this. Okay, so I think I've sorted it. Happy with that. I originally cut out this little piece but couldn't quite get it to work. Too many straight lines for me when I put that there. Wasn't sure. Not that I wasn't sure, I really didn't like it. So I'm going to just put a little heart because, you know, a heart fixes everything. And these have to be on exactly on those bits there. And no one will ever know, because I know that you won't tell anyone. And I won't tell anyone. So let's just quickly do this so that I can get them in the right place without sticking them down too much. And where's the heart going to go? Just to cover up this little bit here. Is that where it was? About there. Yeah, that needs to be butted up a little bit, and I've got a tiny line there, but that, in the scheme of things, that needs to be an angle to cover that up. There we are. There, sorted, and we've got a nice starry heart for two sisters. I'm much happier with that. So I think that's us. I'm not going to do this over here because it's still a little bit wet, but I would like to do a matching corner, and I might do that. Anyway, after a little bit of a faff and a little bit of change of mind, what do we think? I'm happy with that. I think it's a nice first page. A little bit grungy and a little bit makes a nice noise when it opens and closes. I've got my little bit of fabric. I don't think I'll use it yet. Here. I'm not sure that it's a wee bit too soon. I like to do it a wee bit further down, I think, into the book. But that'll look nice. A couple of tabs throughout the book, I think. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great. And I think my jumper is unscathed, so I can go out for a wee coffee without being covered in ink. So thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.